live on KPRC TV and the KPRC2 Plus live stream. The news starts now.
Right now at midday, the freeze fallout, the grid may be holding up, but there are still some power problems courtesy of the wind and other issues. The holiday travel headaches, delays, and cancellation have thousands of travelers making adjustments to their holiday plans. And we are seeing some pipe problems. We'll tell you what people in this neighborhood are dealing with this morning. We have full coverage of our Houston freeze alert. Let's start with meteorologist Justin Stapleton.
Yeah, so the numbers came in from this morning, and they're as impressive as you think they would be, or as terrifying, depending on how you want to look at it, right? At this point, we had 13 in Conroe, 15 officially at Bush Intercontinental. Downtown was 16, Pearland was 17, 22 down in Galveston, 14 up into Huntsville, and same thing out towards Bryan College Station. So the temperatures, very cold this morning, really is going to struggle to warm up today. That's part of the issue, and that's interestingly enough, if you think of it, because we're under full sunshine, we did not see any snow or ice, so the roads haven't been much of an issue. In fact, there's a live look at the Southwest Freeway, both in and outbound from right here at the KPRC2 studios. This is our tower cam, but the bigger issue is not only the temperatures that are all sitting right at around the mid-20s now, but of course, it's the wind, and let's talk about that for a second. Right now, we've got 21 over in Huntsville, 24 out in Tomball, Bush and Hobby, both sitting in the mid-20s. So the sun is helping to at least get us out of the teens. But the story is, Andy, look at this. We've got 20 at Bush, 28 mile-an-hour winds. Those are sustained winds down in Galveston. Same thing as you get out towards Brenham. And the wind gusts 37 miles an hour. That's basically tropical storm force winds, or what we call gale warnings, or gale winds, by the way. 32 in Hobby, and 30 mile-an-hour wind gusts up near Tomball and Conroe. So a very, very chilly afternoon. So even though we've got full sunshine, there's no snow or ice on the ground. This is what the current wind chill feels like outside right now. That's why we've been saying most of the morning, and we'll continue to hammer this point home, that even if you see that sun, you absolutely must be bundled up if you are out, because that wind, when it hits your face, will really, really sting. Now, the wind chill warning, it goes until noon today. They have not extended it for us just yet. Curious if they will do that, but right now they have let it hold where it is. So we'll keep it at around 28 to 30 for today. Winds at around 15 to 20. Those gusts will continue through this evening. We should see the winds back off tomorrow. And even though we'll start anywhere from around 20 to 28, we'll get up to about 38 to 40 sunshine. And then, of course, for Christmas Day, freezing once again, but back up into the mid-40s. Biggest story, Andy, is that once that wind drops off, it will really change everything out there. It'll stay cold, but it will feel much better than that. The other issue we've been dealing with here as well is that there are starting to see all kinds of troubles across parts of the country. I've got some wild video, and we'll talk about where you probably are going to run into some delays coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Justin, we'll see you here shortly. Thank you. The state's power grid held up against the Arctic blast overnight, but many power lines across several parts of our area buckled to the force of the wind and other issues. Our Taisha Walker is live on Washington Avenue along the Washington corridor, where power is in the process of being restored. Taisha, good morning.
Good morning to you, Andy. Energy crews have been working throughout the night and day to restore energy after an act of nature or by man. You could see these two fresh new power poles that were just installed. Crews just driving off about 60 seconds ago after working all night to restore power after an accident. CenterPoint energy crews have been working throughout the night and through the frigid cold to turn on the lights for customers along the Washington corridor, like Dorian Elliott.
Well, you know, I just moved in about a month ago and I couldn't find any of my flashlights, so it's been dark in there, yeah, and a little cold. Elliott shared this photo of a Metro bus he says hit a power pole outside of the gate of his apartment complex around 8:30 last night, affecting several blocks and the neighborhood HEB. The customers were still on the bus, and the police were here talking to the bus driver, and I think they probably got it moved at around 10:30, 11, and then these guys showed up to start fixing. CenterPoint crews are also working to restore electricity to more than 16,000 customers, and they've turned the power back on for more than 190,000 customers within the past day.
In Conroe, Savannah, a mother of 3 says she's been without power since 7:30 last night and is being told to hang on until noon.
Yeah, we're all just closed up in the living room. Luckily, I was assuming this was going to happen, so we have a little stock of firewood and a couple candles.
Her provider, Entergy Texas, says high winds caused tree limbs to fall, break poles, and take down wires.
We have restored 20,000 customers, totaling 54% of the total impacted customers.
Entergy Texas could not give us a specific timeline for restoration, but tells us that the goal is to have that back on to all customers quickly and safely. Reporting live from Memorial Heights, Taisha Walker, KPRC 2 News.
Taisha, thank you. This high-impact winter weather system is disrupting holiday travel across the country. Thousands of travelers are having to make adjustments to their holiday plans because of delays and cancellations. Right now, FlightAware is reporting 82 delays and 30 cancellations at Hobby. Our Zach Lajwe has been monitoring the situation at Bush Airport. He is joining us now live from Terminal A. Zach, good morning.
Andy, good morning. A very busy morning here at Bush. A lot of people, as you can see, long lines of people. Right now, we are dealing with 179 delays and 55 cancellations. Tens of thousands of travelers will not be home for the holidays because of Old Man Winter delivering below freezing temperatures, sleet and snow to many cities across the country. These conditions are freezing airport operations at major hubs like Chicago, Denver, and Minneapolis. The Twin Cities feels like temp has been 33 below zero for hours. This system is moving east, causing disruptions across Ohio.
Home for the holidays, and I'm stuck here at the airport.
The Buckeye State is home for Carisha Hill and her sister Katia.
We've been here a couple hours now. We tried to get on Southwest. They canceled our flight twice and then told us we basically had to go door to door to figure out what we can do. They couldn't help us any further. We've been kind of hub-hopping.
Any luck so far?
No luck so far. So they said try again tomorrow. Hoping for a Christmas miracle at this point.
Yes.
Airports from Washington, D.C. to Boston are bracing for impact as the storm is expected to hit the East Coast this afternoon. Meanwhile, in Houston, the Houston airport system is doing what it can to mitigate issues at Bush and Hobby.
We do friction tests on the runways just to make sure that aircraft can land and take off safely. So we'll be monitoring closely and we'll take any type of precaution, action we need to do for this type of bad weather. The employees that work out in the elements will reduce their time outside so they don't have to be exposed to the elements for a long time.
So listen, if you are traveling today, plan accordingly. Give yourself plenty of time if you are coming to the airport, whether it's you boarding the plane or picking a loved one up. And remember to check the status of your flight with your airline app. Live at Bush, I'm Zach Lajwe, KPRC 2 News.
Yeah, the key is certainly to get there early. Zach, thank you. On that note, we want to go back to Justin for the travel forecast.
Yeah, and that's going to be an issue today. We're going to see more cancellations, especially in New England, Andy. This is video from Portland, Maine, right? And look at that. Now, it's probably, temperatures are going to be dropping quickly, but you see just how angry the ocean is, and all of that water is just getting shoved up against the coast, almost sort of like what happens when you get a nor'easter sitting off of the coastline there. Fairly quiet across much of the country now. It's just frozen, basically. A little light snow up near Wichita Falls, or Amarillo, that is. But this is where we're seeing most of the issues. The lake effect machines are kicking in western Michigan and also across Buffalo that could get 4 feet of snow. And here's where we'll see most of our trouble for today, from Boston down to the nation's capital. So jumping a little tighter on that, you notice it is all changing over to snow as you work your way up from Syracuse over towards Poughkeepsie, for example, and then back off to the northwest. Seattle and Portland, Oregon are under ice at this point, so there will likely be cancellations across SeaTac and in towards PDX as well. Temperatures across the nation, well, we're warming into the mid-20s. Meanwhile, it's still below zero up across portions of the upper Midwest and the plains. If you're traveling across the state today, you should be fine. As we said, a little bit of light snow near Lubbock and Amarillo, but that's about it. The wind, Andy, is the biggest issue. It gets really whipping out there, so be careful if you're headed out either today, tonight, or certainly tomorrow, because we're going to keep it fairly fairly cold. I'll have more on the rest of the holiday weekend forecast. And don't worry, warm weather fans like moi, it is going to warm up as well. Wait till you see the 10-day forecast. It's coming up.
All right, give us something to look forward to. Justin, thank you. This is a massive dome of Arctic air, and it's expected to cover 2/3 of the country through Christmas, from the northern plains to the Gulf Coast. Here's NBC's Morgan Chesky with how that looks.
This morning, a deep Arctic freeze crippling much of the country. The swirling, powerful storm causing dangerously cold temperatures from the northern plains down to the south.
It's cold, but when it's -20, it's just another level.
A news anchor in Montana with a frigid show and tell, dousing clothes in water that just minutes later were frozen solid, letting him turn a shirt into a frozen airplane. In Chicago and Kansas City, conditions felt like 30 below zero with a dangerous wind chill. In Bismarck, North Dakota, a bone-crunching 55 below. Perhaps the biggest shock hitting the usually mild south, with rare hard freeze warnings triggered along the Gulf Coast.
I don't want to lose one person due to this cold, but folks, if we don't take it seriously, we will lose loved ones.
In Dallas, sub-freezing temps at DFW Airport today could hit 30-year lows. Escalating fears the cold could cripple the state's power grid, just like last winter. That freeze leading to at least 250 deaths. The governor reassuring residents.
The grid is going to be able to perform with ease.
Fort Worth officials now opening extra shelter space to protect anyone unhoused. What forecasters are calling a once-in-a-generation winter storm is bringing record snowfall, wind gusts, and power outages to much of the country. As families huddle together for their holiday celebrations, officials are recommending important steps to protect your home and everyone inside from the cold. You can protect pipes from freezing by adding insulation and checking for leaks. Seal window drafts and keep curtains closed to prevent heat from escaping. Covering floors and doorways will also keep your home warmer, and clean out gutters to prevent any ice buildup. A few tips for this holiday weekend turned polar plunge.
We have this just in. We've seen flaring at plants along the Houston Ship Channel throughout the morning. The plants are burning off chemicals as the refinery shut down for the freezing weather. The resulting plumes of smoke are visible on our Houston TransStar network of cameras, as you can see right there. Companies including LyondellBasell, Chevron Phillips, and Valero say that the flaring is safe in the community and the workers are not in danger. We are seeing some pipe issues today as well. The freezing temperatures led to a pipe burst at the Mission Bend Civic Association pool. The temperature was 17 degrees at the time. If you believe your pipes froze overnight, experts suggest shutting off the main water valve immediately. You can then try thawing the pipes with warm air before slowly turning the water back on. And this just in, a boil water notice has been issued in Montgomery for the Flamingo Lakes public water system. The TCEQ says the pressure tank froze early this morning after the cold front moved in. The tank was fixed a few hours later, but the water pressure was low enough for long enough that there is a risk of contamination. Residents are being asked to boil and cool water before use or to buy bottled water. We are following all the big freeze stories on our website. We are compiling all the articles in one section. That's at clicktohouston.com/TexasFreeze. Still ahead at midday, many of you got really creative with your pipe wrapping this week. We'll look at some of the photos you've submitted to Click 2 Pins. A lot of neighborhoods pitch in to help during a freeze like this, but in one local city, the mayor himself is wrapping pipes for residents. Why he's doing it, coming up. And in Washington, the big story is the January 6th final report, a breakdown of the House committee's findings next.